Good afternoon. I'm Mark Martin, former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of North Carolina and founding Dean and Professor at High Point University Law School. And it's my honor and pleasure this afternoon to have my friend Judge Marcus Shields here with us at the law school. And Judge Shields, we talked about today, talking a little bit about your background, and I know it all starts with a decision to attend law school. So why did you decide to go to law school?
Well, I was a psychology major in undergrad, and so I decided I needed to make a choice. Am I going to do research on mice as a career, or am I going to do something else that I can help people in a different way? And so that's what triggered me as a junior in undergraduate school to consider going to law school. And so that was the nexus between me figuring out what was next for me and what would be the path that I would take as far as planning my career. And I knew I wanted to help people, and I realized that as an attorney, I could be both a counselor and an advisor. And so that was something that met my personality traits, and I felt like I'd be a good person to help others.
Well, you have certainly accomplished much, and I know you still have a number of years to go in your legal career. You've already served on the district court. You're of counsel with a preeminent law firm in our state, Ellis & Winters, and you currently serve as president of the Greensboro Bar Association. So I'm glad you made that decision.
Yes, sir.
All those years ago. Tell us a little bit about your time on the district court.
District court is one of the most fascinating places to be as a judge, and not only as a judge but as an attorney. District court is where most people come into the justice system if they have a dispute, and so we see a little bit of everything as far as people's first interaction with the judicial process. And so district court was a nice place where you could help people quickly because the matters generally are resolved in a faster way, because people come to court for a criminal case. In district court, they're going to get a result that day. They come to court for a domestic violence issue, they're going to get a more immediate result and a decision quicker. For family court cases, you're going to make decisions as you hear the case and not necessarily keep families and people's lives in limbo. For cases involving children with DSS court and foster care, you're making decisions that impact lives. And so district court is a place where you can impact lives fast, but also understanding that you are probably the first and sometimes the only face of justice that these people will ever see, because not everybody goes on to Superior Court or the appellate courts.
Well, I know you have a lot of stories along these lines, but is there a particular case that is no longer pending where you really felt like it made a humanitarian difference in the lives of an individual or a family or the community during your time on the bench?
I can think of many cases, but there's one in particular that comes to mind, and it involved what I used to be as a young driver, where you're making poor choices while driving and speeding and things like that, but then you realize there are impacts to not only your driving record but your parents' insurance implications. And so as a district court judge, there was one particular case, and it was a teenage driver that was a college student, and of course he was so scared to come to court and face this traffic ticket that he got. It was the worst thing that he'd ever dealt with, and he had come to court, and that's when he was able to see the face of judges and people that are coming to court for all types of different things, and he was able to understand that the things that he was doing in his life and that one decision that he made, or a choice he made to speed that one time, didn't impact his trajectory because he was in school, because he was doing well and active in extracurricular activities, and he didn't have a bad driving record. He was able to walk away, keep his license, and we tried to help his parents out by not impacting his driving record because the law allowed us to do it. And so that's one particular case that I think is a good lens on kind of one day in the day of a district court judge. You're able to make decisions with discretion if the law allows it, and you can help people just in a different way.
Well, my takeaway there is that a lesson is learned, but also somebody is able to move forward and make their own contribution to society. So
yes, sir.
Thank you for that outcome and helping facilitate that from the bench. Well, I know that you have now transitioned to a preeminent law firm in our state, Ellison Winters. Tell me a little bit about your practice.
So currently I'm doing civil litigation, which is something that I did when I started my career. So that's everything from premises liability cases to some products liability work. So I'm doing a variety of civil cases representing defense side clients, trying to help them navigate their legal issues in an efficient way, in a way that's meaningful to not only them, but also understanding the impact that this litigation is having on the other side of the table. And so I'm doing that type of work, some higher education work as well. So it's a nice mix, but somewhat contained in impact ways for me to help the clients that I think I could be most beneficial to.
So I have to ask you this question. Years ago, you made this assessment, should you attend law school? Are you happy you did so?
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Wow.
Very happy that I made that choice to go to law school.
So let me ask you a tough question now. We've really done a lot of things to create better diversity in the legal profession on the bench. Can we do a better job? What else needs to be done to create a more diverse legal profession?
I think I know that there's a push for mentorship. I think that started under your leadership as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and it continued thereafter. And I think continuing that, having people that are end of career in the legal profession or end of career on the judiciary, mentor people that may have aspirations to want to do those things, and then give them somewhat of a roadmap on how to achieve what they want to do. And I think that is how you increase and continue making sure that you're impactful as far as making sure you have a diverse profession and a diverse judiciary.
Well, those are wonderful, wonderful tips, and we will do our part here at the law school and really hope we can continue to make progress in that vein. So at one point, you and I were both in the category of prospective law students.
Yes, sir.
Any morsels of wisdom, things that you wish you would have known then and you know now? Just anything that you think prospective law students might feel would be beneficial to hear from someone who's been so successful in the law?
I think change your perception of what it means to be great. I think that everybody that goes to law school is smart. Everybody is the top of the top. And so when you go to law school, you're competing with the top of the top. And if you look at it from a different way, that you're here to learn, gain a skill set, as well as get an education so that you can impact lives afterwards, either in a legal lawyer-related career path or even a non-lawyer role. Your job is to make good decisions, be able to make sound, reasoned choices in the work that you're doing, and help pay people or businesses that you may be working with. And so just change your perception of what it means to be great, because everybody that's in law school is great. And you just have to be the best version of you to be able to help people in the way that you want to help people.
Well, our theme today has been how lawyers benefit society, and I thank you for your career and all the ways that you've benefited people and society as part of your legal career. And thank you for being with us today, Judge Shields.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chief Justice Martin.